Alright guys, they had shrimp on sale at the grocery store, and I'm a big fan of saving a couple dollars, and I'm about to launch my new food blog, so I figured why not give you guys 3 of my most popular shrimp recipes. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. Alright guys, first up is the bang bang shrimp. I'm going to make the sauce for that. Starting off, we need some mayo, about a half cup of mayonnaise, a 1/4 cup of sriracha, and a 1/4 cup of sweet chili sauce. This is my favorite brand right here. Find whatever you got at the store, but if you can find that, that's the good stuff right there. You can alter the ratio of sriracha to sweet chili sauce if you want it a little bit spicier or a little bit sweeter. Totally up to you. That's going to be a little bit sweeter because I added a little bit too much. That's why you don't always want to eyeball it. 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. Then we're going to break out the whisk and mix to combine. Taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. Different brands of sweet chili are going to be spicier or sweeter. Different brands of sriracha are going to taste a little different also. So that's why it's important to always taste as you go and adjust accordingly. But this is the good foundation. About a half cup of mayo and then a 1/4 cup of each when it comes to the sriracha and the sweet chili. I can tell by the color that this one needs a little bit more sriracha. Give that a little mix. Then we'll give it a taste, make sure it's good. Next up, for the po' boy, we're going to make a nice sauce, starting with a little mayo, a little ketchup, some relish. Ketchup was overzealous there. Tablespoon of garlic. A little sweet relish. Tablespoon of that as well. Teaspoon of hot sauce. I like the Old Bay hot sauce for this recipe, but use whatever you like. A little worst word in the world sauce. And then season to taste. I like smoked paprika and some lemon bay or Old Bay Cajun seasoning. Whatever you got at home will do the trick. It's going to pair beautifully with your shrimp po' boy. Break out the whisk and mix to combine. That's going to take your sandwich to new heights. Alright guys, so for the garlic butter shrimp, we have some beautiful shrimp here. I'm leaving the tail on for controversy. It's an appetizer, so I like to leave the tail on for this particular presentation. We're going to season it up real simple, all-purpose seasoning, a little lemon bay seasoning. Feel free to use whatever your favorite all-purpose seasoning is or whatever your favorite seafood seasoning is. No need to get too creative here because the garlic butter sauce is phenomenal, guys, and that's going to pack all the flavor that you need. So a little salt and pepper here would be just fine too if you want to keep it extra simple, but a little lemon bay and AP never hurt nobody. So get in there with your hands, massage that in. We're going to sear these off and get started on our sauce. Alright guys, the next step is to go ahead and get the shrimp in the skillet. We got a skillet over medium heat, about a tablespoon of avocado oil. Make sure it coats the bottom of the skillet nicely. And we're just going to get the shrimp in there and get some color. We don't want it to be too hot because I don't want the shrimp to cook too fast. So that's why we're putting it in a relatively cold skillet. You'll hear it start to sizzle here in just a moment. But we seasoned our shrimp. Just want to slowly bring it up to temperature. That way they don't overcook because we're going to toss them back in the sauce in a little bit. So right now we're really just focused on developing the perfect color. Alright guys, so left behind is all that flavor from the shrimp. To that, we're going to add 1 stick of butter. Don't tell my heart doctor. Butter makes everything better. Over medium-low heat, we're just going to let that butter melt. Kind of scrape up any fond from the shrimp. We're going to need that flavor for later. This is perfect to serve over pasta, over rice, mashed potatoes, or as an appetizer with some crusty bread. Can't go wrong with that. Alright, so once the butter is most of the way melted, we're going to add in 1 diced shallot. 3 cloves of minced garlic. Get all of that garlic in there. And then we're also going to add in a couple tablespoons of capers. Next up, we're going in with some fresh diced parsley, followed by some red pepper flakes just to add a little bit of heat. Totally optional though if you don't want any heat. No big deal. I'm not going to judge you. A little chicken bouillon powder to amplify the flavor. We got some shrimp bouillon. Go ahead and throw that in there. And then for the citrus notes, we're going to add a little fresh lemon zest and some lemon juice. We're going to let that simmer for a few minutes, and then we're going to add in some chicken broth, and that's our sauce. Now in goes about a cup of chicken broth. We're going to bring that to a boil. Let that reduce down. And then once it reduces, we'll taste it for seasoning, add our shrimp back in there, and plate this up. All right, so once the sauce reduces a bit, we're gonna go ahead and add back in the shrimp to finish cooking those. Once the shrimp hits 145 degrees internal temperature, it is safe to eat. Don't overcook it too much or it's gonna get rubbery and chewy, and that's not what we're looking for. So gentle simmer here. Just let it absorb all that butter and flavor. Then we'll plate this up again over rice, mashed potatoes, pasta, or serve it as an appetizer with your favorite bread. All right, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm starving. We're gonna get an early taste test and see what we got. They look pretty. Might be the perfect way to eat shrimp. And it's got a handle. All right, guys, the beauty about the next two steps are we're using the same breading for both fried shrimp preparations. We have a little buttermilk or half and half with 2 beaten eggs. We got some shrimp here. We have my seasoned all-purpose flour. If not, you can use all-purpose flour and season it with a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, maybe a little Cajun seasoning. Whatever you like is fine. To that, though, I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. The reason for that is I want it to be nice and crispy, and cornstarch is commonly used in Asian fried shrimp or fried chicken, and the bang bang shrimp is kind of in the Asian style. So we're gonna do a hybrid here. It's not gonna hurt our po' boys either, so it's gonna work out perfectly. We're gonna go ahead and mix that in, and then we're gonna coat it, get it in some 350-degree oil until it's golden brown and beautiful and 145 degrees internal temperature. So next up, I'm gonna get these shrimp and the egg wash, hit it with just a touch of salt and pepper or all-purpose. Doesn't need much because that seasoned flour is heavily seasoned. So no need to go crazy there. As I struggle to open the top. There we go. And then we're gonna coat them in the flour, get them on the baking dish or baking sheet until our oil comes up to temp. And then fry them in batches until they're done. All right, people, our oil is up to 350 degrees and now it's time to fry. I'm gonna lift the basket up so we can get optimal number of shrimp in there without causing much splatter. And shrimp cook super fast, so by the time you get the last one in there, the first one's damn near done. So I'm gonna do it this way. If you don't have one of these baskets, then you can use a ladle or a spider to get them in there. Probably not a ladle. Now I sound like Rhino. Do this in 2 batches. Drop it back in there slowly. These will fry up quick. 4 or 5 minutes, golden brown, 145 degrees internal temperature. Drain them with a spider on a wire rack. Good to go. Got our bread toasted. I'm gonna go ahead and slather both sides with this sauce that we made. Don't be shy with that. Don't be shy with the sauce. You can top the shrimp with the sauce too if you want. Then we're going down with some tomato. Three thin slices. Got lettuce all over my tomato, but I guess it's all going to the same place, right? A little lettuce. Nice bright green situation, and first vegan thing I've made on the channel, minus the mayo. Now we're gonna top it with as many shrimp as we can fit on there. One more. A little bit more sauce. Because why the hell not? There you have it, folks. Shrimp po' boy. Next up, bang bang shrimp. Just gonna dunk it gently into the sauce. Don't need to go too crazy. Knock off any excess. And then we're gonna plate it up, a little chive garnish. It's a little bit tedious to do it this way, but best presentation, right? So you eat with your eyes first. Take a little extra time to make your shrimp look pretty. Because if you go tossing and getting too violent with the shrimp, some of the breading will fall off. And we worked hard to establish that nice crunchy exterior. We don't want to ruin that. And this is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, my friends, the moment of truth is here. My favorite part of the job. Those are pretty. Taste test. What about a bang bang shrimp po' boy? New Orleans will crucify me for that, but what else is new? It's the best side to dig into this thing. Make all three.
Well, Pops used to say, bang, bang, bang.
Gotta steal that bread. That room a lot?